This is Morten from INKISH. We are still in Radebeul in Germany, just outside Dresden. And I'm actually here with Michael from Durst.
Hi, Morten.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
I mean, what are you doing here at Koenig & Bauer? That is hardware, isn't it?
Yeah, right. As you know, that's the open house for the Viajet, and the journey from conventional to digital, it's also crucial that you have the right software tools at hand. You know? Once for feeding the press in the most efficient way, because data preparation and color management, so for digital is not the same as for conventional. So we are providing the right tool set for that. And other is also you can build new business models around digital printing.
Like, we're going to talk about that in a second, because it was a little bit like a joke, because basically Koenig & Bauer Durst is that new company that was founded a couple of years ago. And obviously the guys from Durst is taking care of the software, the digital printing side, and it seems that Koenig & Bauer right now is managing all the paper transport and all the drying and all those kind of things. Yeah. I mean, how, if you look at a printing press today, you know it from both home and from here. How much software is involved in I mean, just the core base of a machine before we talk about all the applications around it?
Yeah, it's a beast. No, it's quite an impressive product, the Viajet, and you have to manage the entire data flow, and you have to synchronize all the different modules inside. So that's also quite software driven, of course. And then, as you know, we also have a nozzle compensation module inside the brand. You have to detect missing nozzle, you have to compensate, and it's all intelligence coming from software to the machine. So software is key.
It must be sometimes be difficult. I mean, because you have, let's say, you have a camera identifying something that should not be there, and then you have to fix it. I mean, and it goes pretty fast, right? So it must be quite difficult to do all these kind of things, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of technology involved. So the outcome. You don't see the outcome, right? Yeah. That's the goal. You don't see anything because the quality is ensured. Yeah. But all what you have to do in the background, that's really a lot of work, a lot of knowledge, a lot of technology needed.
One thing is that you have that technology that you build together. But then again, it seems also that it is an opportunity for, I mean, because you are working on the Durst software part, so the application side, like the MIS system, let's say the imposition system, or nesting system. I mean, all the software that you presented this morning around the machine, that's also a great opportunity for Durst, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. So it's quite synergetic, I would say. If you want to have a good digital press working in an environment, you have to provide the right tool set. And that's also what we experienced in label. I think there was the same 5 years ago. So the digitalization of label printing was a really early stage. That was also a great opportunity to us to use our software portfolio, because you have to look for a new tool set to be successful. That's the same now with Viajet.
I can't help think about, because I mean, I have made some webinars also where both yourself and some of your colleagues have, and it seems a little bit like that Durst has I was almost about to say that, an Apple strategy, where when you can control both the hardware and the software, it seems that is where the real synergies comes across, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what you're saying, because I think it's really unique in the market that we are syncing the press, the processes, and the necessary tools all together. So you can really create an ecosystem around it, and with the goal, of course, like Apple is doing. So it feels everything natural, easygoing. Of course, printing is a bit complex, so it will be a longer journey, but that's obviously our goals.
When I see your software, and I have not tried it, I've just seen the demos of it, right? But when I see it, it looks like very intuitive in the way that you're using it. So when you, for example, today at the presentation, you and your colleagues spoke about it, I mean, because you must integrate to all the others as well. But what is your experience? Do people, when they start to experience the Durst software portfolio, do they start using your software more rather than integrating to a lot of other software?
Yeah, usually it's a transition phase.
Yeah.
But
you're right,
we are trying to make it intuitive. We also dedicate a team that's not doing nothing else than creating a user experience, tuning the user interface. Because as you also know, finding qualified people is hard. It's getting even harder, and everyone has to make this help with Apple. My 3-year-old daughter is able to use it, and that's a bit expectation to software. That's so easy.
So when you sit and do the software development, you try to make do a software printer, or a 3-year-old young girl managing the Viajet. That is
that would be the ultimate goal.
And it's funny because it to some extent, it shows some of the, let's say, challenges we talk about. You also mentioned that skilled labor is, of course, an issue. So basically, the easier you can make software, the easier it is to manage the machines, right?
Yeah, right. It helps everyone. It helps both also the customer, that the employees can focus on the really value-adding activities like consulting the customers, trying out new applications, and all the complexity we try to get rid of and bring it into software and hide it to a certain extent from the customer.
The last couple of questions, I was just thinking that because when I think of Durst as a company, it came from the, let's say, photo business way time ago, 80 years ago, or something like that, right? It moved into, also with Christoph Gamper on board, it moved into like really great technology that has like the ceramics with, the labels, large form and everything you do. It seems also that you have got the resources and the right people to develop the software. It seems that you have. It's not like a side product.
No, right? Yeah. So Christoph is quite a innovation-driven person and quite
inspiring. I believe that he can maybe also be pushing a little bit from time to time.
Yeah, right. There's certain expectations. How to develop the market, how to develop also the business. And you're right, so we started more or less 2019 with the introduction of graphics. Okay. Yeah, and in the meanwhile we are around 100 persons dedicated only to software and more than 2,500 installations worldwide.
Wow. So you're much bigger than I thought actually, so that's amazing, right? Okay. So that must be a very a comfortable situation to be in, because that I fuel you for doing even more great software, right?
Yeah, you're right. But it's really encouraging the feedback from the market and the success we are having so far. But on the other hand, you have to be careful that you can fulfill your promises and you have the right structure in between. And yeah, we're also fighting for the best people. But I think we have a really, really good and passionate team behind it, and so we are really.
Is the software also in Brixen, or?
It's a bit distributed in Lienz and Brixen, also Germany and the US. So we are the best people you have to hire where you find it. You cannot everyone forced to move to Brixen.
No, but I just remember once I spoke to one of your colleagues, I can't remember who, maybe it was Christoph, but it was like that Brixen is absorbing quite a lot of, Durst is absorbing quite a lot of talent in the Brixen area, right? Because you're a large employer in the valley, right?
Yeah, right. We are going to the schools and starting the recruiting work already there, so that after school they are deciding for our company or when come back to study. The first company they are thinking is Durst. So it's always.
And can I just say something on camera? I will say, if you're young and you listen to this, the canteen at the Brixen headquarters is fantastic.
Not only the canteen, also the surroundings with the mountains and so.
Okay, we have to put that on everything. So, Michael, great to talk to you.
Thank you very much.